Welcome to Whalen City Ghost Presents Season 2, first episode. And this week we have a really great show, and we've even got a special guest co-host this week, and that's Jeremiah Willett from Investigators of the Unknown. We actually did a group investigation together, and we think it shows a lot of para-unity, and that's what the field needs, is a lot of people going out, working together, comparing the results that we get at the end of an investigation. And it all leads to us someday becoming an actual recognized science, and that's what we all hope for. So welcome to the show, Jeremiah. It's great to have you with us.
Yes, thank you very much for having me and my team.
Awesome to have you. This week in an undisclosed location that's in the north end of New Bedford, and there is a lot of history in this whole entire area, and not just when the settlers got here. It started years and years before that with the Wampanoag tribe. And close by to this actual location, there is a road that the Wampanoag tribe, the captured Wampanoag tribe at the end of King Philip's War, were actually marched down and through all the towns between here and Palmer's Island, where they were brought and then put onto boats and sold into slavery.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Like, try not to go anywhere without this stuff. That's freaky. That's why I try not to go anywhere without this. It's actually kind of feel making my own damage. I'm just scared. So like me, I use the scientific stuff. I really maintain that mentality, but I recognize that there are spiritual aspects to this. How, you know, that's another team. It actually upsets us, and even we'll get going sometimes and be like, you know, this isn't right, they should do this, we should all be working together. Working together. Working together. Working together.
Whalen City Ghosts had actually been here before in the past, and we were very surprised with the results that we got. Some nice aware spirits, some great EVP, and we wanted to come back, but we also wanted to bring in another team and see how their different investigative style would work with this location, since there is so much here in audio evidence. Can you tell us a little bit about what you were using for equipment that night?
Yes, well, we used the K2 meter, which, as you know, is a high EMF. And we also used the spirit box for a while, as well as the obvious. The obvious is actually something that we're quite new to. We just started using it during the end of our third season that we were filming. So we're just starting to get somewhat familiar with the obvious, but according to theory, the obvious is supposed to, the spirit is able to communicate by using words of the dictionary, by talking to the obvious and saying the words and popping the words up for you to see.
Yeah, I found that really interesting, that device, your Ovilus. We don't actually have one of those.
Don't forget too, if there's any radio towers around.
Don't you have one missing, Mr.
Walked up
What
here.
did that say?
Sunrise.
Oh, you missed sunrise?
When I first walked up here, I think something followed me up.
Yeah.
Because this was reading 0.25, which isn't huge, but it's higher than I've seen all night.
The magnetic or the electric, or is
No,
that
the
the...
radiation.
Oh,
I
shit.
went
Yep.
back over here, and it dropped down to 0.20, but it's been at 0.16, 0.15
the entire time.
Well, when you walked over here,
Can you come and touch my hand?
around you to see if anything follows you over, so maybe something will go in front. But I didn't.
Maybe.
Did you
That's not going to set this off, so
No.
it's definitely not the electronics.
Is there anything here?
Gone. 0.02 magnetic.
Yeah, I've been getting fleeting hits on this here and there.
Yeah, that's what we were getting
What
the
is
other
that?
night. It actually alarmed the other night a couple times at least.
Sorry.
Jim,
Female.
Is your name Jim?
Male who answered a lot of questions.
records
To know what we were doing. He seemed
15
very interested in us.
worm.
There was a worm over here.
Where?
It was over where Jeremiah
Fish.
see it.
Kiss,
Kiss?
run.
I ain't running.
Kiss and run. Let me kiss me in the
Business.
cheek.
Next to business.
I won't run.
Is it still over here? Although,
I think it was down that way.
Although what?
how?
How?
Kiss my cheek. Where did the worm go?
Apple.
I like apples.
This
Pass.
has been dropping and dropping steadily.
Scent. Human. Call.
Is it 1969 or 1869? What's going on?
Sound like a
Still here
skateboard.
with us?
What's it?
Sound like a
But in a lot of ways, we are kind of scientists if you think about it, because all the tools that we use are scientific tools. So we are scientists in some form of way, just not in a science that's recognized yet.
Investigators as amateur scientists. A lot of them don't have a background in science, although, of course, our head of science does have a background in science. She is a chemist. But, you know, tons of investigators out there just have an interest and to keep getting these things and to keep logging them, recording them. And I do actually feel like personal experiences do have a lot of weight to them, because a lot of times when people have a personal experience, they kind of change their whole opinion on the paranormal. It was never real to a person until they had that experience.
Well, true. I mean, there's a lot of people, a lot of skeptics out there, or just non-believers who end up having experience. They try to call it off for a while until something possibly really frightening happens.
Oh, it has that thing. Yeah.
Come on by. We can see you.
August 2nd, 2015, and I am still on the railroad tracks.
Do you have a name?
I don't want this to interfere with that one.
Can you mention someone's name that's here? Well, how about this? I'll tell you my name and introduce myself to you, and then if anything's around, you can introduce yourself to me. My name is Jeremiah. What is your name? Her name over here is Jenny. That's Manny. And we have Aunt. And we have Sue, Mark, and Luann. Do you like to speak to any one of us? If so, can you give us a name?
I have to go this way, I don't know why. So I'm just going.
Whalen City Ghost was really excited to get back here again and do some more investigation because we got a wide variety of EVPs the first time that we were here. I'm wondering, since you guys don't do a lot of audio recording, how did the investigation feel to you? Did you have any experiences that stood out that night?
Well, I know actually when we were just down a little further, I think it was you and Sue that was walking down this way, and whatever the question was that you asked, my K2 actually lit up. And it was something to do with the little girl spirit that's supposedly supposed to be around these tracks somewhere. And it lit up, and when I asked if that was you, it lit up again. But what I also found interesting was when we were down this way with Sue and Mark, and I think you were then down that way or taking a break, and we were using the spirit box, we were getting some communication coming through with some of the answers that either he was asking or we were asking. So it seemed like it was intelligent.
I think we definitely have a mixed bag of spirits here. And as we look into more history, which we may have to get back to later when we learn more about the history here, probably has a lot to do with it. And this area, it's surprising because we see a lot of large landmass haunts, and we know there's a lot of factors here in Massachusetts, especially here on the coast. We've got the ocean, we've got the granite, the crystal quartz, the pollution. There's a lot of things going on here, and then add that with the history, and you've got a great mix for ghosts.
Well, there's a lot of hauntings all throughout New England, I think.
Oh, definitely. I think that New England is one of the most haunted places in the world. Just from hearing from other people and what we gather in our own investigations, it's an incredibly haunted area.
Especially here in New Bedford, there's quite a few areas that are known to be haunted, such as possibly this location, as well as Fort Rodman and Tabor and the batteries.
Oh, definitely. We can attest to that, can't we?
Yeah, water.
Are you lost or confused? Yet again, there's also a lot of psychology that comes to play into the paranormal, which again would be still based off of the science, where a lot of people say, for instance, they might see this show later and say, oh, well, that place is haunted, I need to figure out where it is, and by the time they come here, they're going to have an experience. Why? Because they already had in their mind that they want to have an experience, they're going to have one when they come here, so by the time they come here, or anywhere, for instance, you know, it's like the recording has stopped, rewind has been pushed, and now the play button is being played, and now they're having, you know, a reaction. Doesn't mean it's paranormal, it's just something that they've already created in their mind, which is where the psychology comes to play. I can't really talk too much about psychology. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, it's just things that I've read up on.
That's actually a good point, though, because one of the people that we have on the team, David Feria, actually worked for years for the state of Massachusetts in the psych field, and it's very important. We use him a lot as an interviewer because a lot of people that, well, not a lot, but some people that are reporting activity aren't actually experiencing paranormal activity. They're experiencing the side effects of a psychological disorder. Our psychic also has some psych experience too. So these are just things that we try to kind of have as a guideline, I guess would be the best way. Because there are people who want attention, and by having a haunting, they'll get attention, or so they think, but they're really not having a haunting. It's all in their head for some. Actually was really excited about working with another team because that's not something that teams get to do a lot. It's usually, you know, public locations and things like that, because normally with a private investigation, unless you really need more people to help you, it's usually done one team, you know, and we have everything to fulfill what we need for that particular case. But in a case like this where we are talking huge landmass haunt, this is perfect to get out and actually interact with other teams and meet new people, get new aspects of cases by looking at it from a different perspective. And I'm hoping that you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yes, we definitely did, and I definitely agree with you. I mean, we love meeting new people like you guys, and we love getting to work with other people in the teams, or even once in a while. And you know, we're very true believers in para-unity and para-community. You know, everyone coming together and working together. We're all in it for the same reason, which is to learn and educate. We're not here to backstab anyone or break into places, and those that do that, well, unfortunately gives all of us who are truly passionate about this field a
Is the dolly gonna tell us who you are?
Holy shit, 33 from 09. Get this on video. What the fuck? Can you see it? Can you see what the screen is saying on the video?
Yeah, I can. I will be able to. I can even
Look at
blow it
this.
up.
It went from 09 to 33 to 0. There's brand new batteries in that, so now it's going back up to normal.
Are you trying to help us identify who you are by finding the dolly?
Go ahead and do that again, whatever it was that you did. Still nothing at all on this. That's weird.
Is that you showing us where your dolly is?
Somebody need a medic?
You get a feeling that it needs a medic?
It needs a medic. Don't know why, but it needs a medic. Did it come up this way, the war? Alright, well, somebody needs a medic.
Indian Trail is anywhere between Kings Highway and here.
Okay. Maybe you should do the name, rank, and serial number so they respond to you. I don't know.
Are there any soldiers here? Identify yourself. My name's Sergeant Pacheco. What's yours? Sergeant Pacheco, U.S. Army. Can you tell me your name? Name and rank, please. Are you part of the Colonial Army? United Colonies? Massachusetts and Plymouth? We may be able to help you if you let us know where you are. If you come by me,
What did that
Ready?
say?
Said ready.
Ready.
okay, we're ready to help you. Come by our devices here. We'll know that you're here with us.
Enough.
You're trapped, aren't you? Is it a boulder?
Do you need help moving on?
Almost.
Almost. Okay, so
That's funny because that's similar words.
We got ready, enough, get.
Possible, almost.
almost.
What do you mean almost? Are you almost able to contact us directly?
What did I say?
Placate.
What is it?
Placate.
Placate.
Placate. It's trying to placate. Are you trying to placate us by speaking to us?
I got it.
Uh-huh.
Metal.
Metal.
Yeah. Is it easy for you to talk when we touch the metal? Or is it something to do with metal helping you?
Or are you perhaps maybe talking about a medal that you might have gotten from the army?
Ooh, yeah. Luann, are you hearing anything?
Okay, if you're Wampanoag, I don't want to offend you, but I'm going to try to pronounce a couple of words in your language. Where you at? Nika?
What word's that?
Mother.
Do you recognize those words? Can you give us some sign?
Do you recognize the word? No. No shall. Now shall?
Holiday.
Leaving on that. Injured? Now that I heard. It just said injured.
Do you need first aid? I know first aid.
Water?
You need some water? You're thirsty? And I always bring water too. I didn't bring any tonight. I know first aid.
Or she knocked it over.
Maybe.
Somebody just talk?
I said maybe.
No, after that. It was a whisper, but it sounded kind of male. In the past, we found that Sue's psychic abilities can be very useful on investigation. There have been times when she has described the spirits to a T or told us information that helped us to coax the spirits into communicating with us more. On this particular investigation, there was a point in the night where Sue was feeling a little girl, which on our first investigation we did record a little girl saying that her name was Veronica. And then here at the second investigation, when Sue was telling us that this little girl was looking for her dolly, I actually did record an audio clip that says, "Find Dolly for me," which we may not be able to play it on TV, but I will put it up on the Facebook page so everyone can listen with headphones. And there is another audio clip that was actually extracted out of our video that says the word doll. So when you see these different factors coming in, and we do like to use science, but there is also science to the psychic side of things. And when you see somebody actually saying something and then getting evidence of what they said or finding historical record of that's what we're looking for. We get excited over that stuff.
Ask her if she lost her dolly.
Did you find a doll near a tree?
I know I'm looking for a doll. I didn't find it, but I know I'm looking for one.
When you asked me if she lost her dolly, it said tree.
Yeah, she wants her doll. That's all I know. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. I've looked everywhere. But I know it has something to do with water.
Water.
And this is where the
Yeah.
water would have been. Unless it's under that disgusting thing and I didn't bring gloves. And Lord knows what is underneath that. That's an idea. Oh. There's no doll under there, right? No, it would be a little doll. Probably up, maybe up near
up
the
that
bunch.
So it was really great having Jeremiah with us to be our co-host, and we thank you very much for bringing your team out to work with us. If you would, could you maybe tell them how other people out there can find out about you, websites, Facebook, stuff like that?
Yes, they can just look me up under Jeremiah Willett, IOTU, or they could look us up under investigatorsoftheunknown.com, and if they want, they can also go up onto the Internet Paranormal Television website, which we run, which shows us, as well as you guys shows, and many other great paranormal shows that are out there, which is called Deaf Television.
And we'll make sure we put that in the credits for you so you can find all of us. And this was a great show. It was really great being here, and we will see you next time, because you never know where Whalen City Ghost is going to end up next. And there's a truck going by. Do you want me to do it?
Both of you, just do your thing.
Go at it.
Yeah, no, not like that.
It is, everyone has an experience they have for centuries.
You might want to say that again, that damn
I got it.
motorcycle.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
I can pull that out. It was a steady noise.